Yeah, that is really brilliant, because I was just coming to ask what the impact of this research and papers have been, because they kind of affect people in academia directly, and you've addressing the issues that are affecting other academics, but you've answered that. So thank you for that. We'll move on to your research focus, because I know you focus on two core areas, and that's ensuring effective interlingual communication and creating collaborative and inclusive research culture. Why are these two important to you?
That's a really, really nice question. And to just put that in a little bit of context, these two areas that I'm currently really focusing on are actually part of two streams of research that I have worked on in the last 30 years. As I've mentioned before, I've worked in the area of international management, international business, where I looked at international HRM, headquarter subsidiary relationships, expatriate management, and the role of language in multinationals. But I've also looked at what some people call the science of science. So the mechanisms underlying what we do as academics. And I looked at gender bias in science, evaluation of research performance, and disciplinary differences in publication and citation practices. So these two topics are kind of part of these two streams. But what really attracts me to these two current topics is the more applied nature of them. And this is something that has become more important to me at this stage of my career, and that often happens to academics, that in the later stages of their career, they really want to have an impact on society, or on other academics, whereas early in our career, we might be more focused on making a contribution to a particular research area. And I still occasionally try to publish in top journals, but my main concern really is making a real difference with my research. And if you then look at these two topics, well, the first topic, effective intercultural communication, interlingual communication, often intercultural as well. It falls in the broad area of international management, and interaction between native and non-native speakers of English is, of course, the order of the day in the UK. You can't go outside without experiencing that. But we still know very little about how we can facilitate effective communication between these two groups in a way that's respectful to the needs of both parties. So I'm really hoping to design research-based training and some interventions that can model effective interlingual communication behavior. So that's really one area I'm currently working on with a couple of colleagues as well. And then in the other area, the science of science, I'm really interested, as you say, in shaping positive and inclusive research cultures. But again, that's mostly applied research through my role at Middlesex University. I'm a research mentor and staff development lead there. I'm also co-founder of the SIGNA Women in Academia Network. So what I do is I read a lot about research in these fields and the general area of equality, diversity and inclusion. And then I just try to iteratively develop initiatives that can support kind of collaborative and inclusive research cultures. So it's kind of action research without probably doing the proper procedures, but it's very applied research. And I'm really happy that my work in that area is starting to be noticed in the sector in general. And I've presented on this topic in two professional development courses earlier this year. One dealt with building inclusive cultures for research teams, which was organized by the British Academy of Management and the Chartered Association of Business Schools. And the second one focused on supporting early career researchers, which is obviously a big part of supportive research cultures. And that was organized by the European Foundation of Management Development, and it was targeted at deans of faculty. So it's nice to be able to do research and then kind of diffuse that to others as well. So I'm really enjoying that currently.